Hey, it's Musica and welcome to one of my favorite topics ever, rhythm and the beat. The title of this video is the beat versus rhythm versus the beat. These words are thrown about all the time, but what do they even mean? These are literally some of the most fundamental things in music and dance life, and the bonus part is you already know all about them. You have the knowledge, you have the pieces of this. I'm just going to show you how they all fit together. And yeah, beat is supposed to be there twice. Now before we dive into this, if you haven't watched my earlier video on music theory / musicality basics, go do that now, because we introduced some concepts like beat, buzz, counts, syncopation, and so on. And I'm going to be building on a few of those topics today. So I'll put the link somewhere down here or in the description below. And if you want to get the most out of today's video, I would 100% recommend you do that first. First meaning of the word beat is exactly what we discussed in that earlier video. It's your 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever the right number of counts for that song is. Now, no matter how untalented you might think you are musically, you can find the beat. When you absent-mindedly tap your foot or your knee while listening to music, you tap the steering wheel, you headbang, you click along, chances are you're doing it on the beat. Now, if somebody gave you a song and said, now find the beat, chances are you'd overthink it, stress out, probably not be able to find it. But the reality is you've probably been responding to it for your entire life. The beat underlies the entire song, whether it's played by a particular instrument or not. Now, the beat even exists in those moments when there's no sound. This is a bit of Jorge Drexler's Silencio.
Nada más elegante que este instante de silencio.
It cuts to silence for this prolonged period, but then the song continues perfectly in time. And that's because even though there's no sound, the beat keeps going on because the song is still continuing. Let's do that again, and keep the beat with me if you can.
Nada más elegante que este instante de silencio.
Musicians can take pauses like this because the beat of the music will be consistent and fairly stable through the entire song. Think of it like your heartbeat. If you have more energy, then it can speed up gradually, but it'll still be stable and regular as it goes. If you have less energy, then it'll settle down, it'll slow down, but still be consistent. No matter what it does, speeding up, slowing down, it's always going to be regular and predictable. Ayo! Now, rhythm, on the other hand, is where things get fun. And they get fun because rhythm, the word, is thrown about in so many different ways that it's almost as though it has fluid meanings. But also, on top of that, because rhythm is so important to music, in fact, it's the one indispensable element of music. Arguments about the true meaning of the word rhythm go all the way back to analysis of the word's usage in ancient Greece. So let me sidestep all of the arguments and alternate meanings and take you straight to its usage in modern day music. At its core, rhythm is like the ordering of sounds of various durations, or as you could say, the ordered pattern of sounds in time. This can be anything you want it to be, having long sounds, short sounds, fast, slow, predictable, unpredictable, wild, restrained, refined, or intricate. Usually a musician will demonstrate a rhythm with some sort of clapping or percussion, so let me give you an example. This is a rhythm. It's just a pattern of sounds in time. Some long, some short, doesn't matter. And this is a different rhythm. And this one is going to be another one. No better, no worse, just different. Now, within a musical framework, rhythm tends to work within an underlying beat. So let me add a beat and then do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, last one, the beat, but not the beat. Okay, got it? Now, this is where music theory meets music in practice. Music has created a new meaning for the word beat, and it's kind of confusing because it mixes the musical definition of beat with that of rhythm. Now, it's a contemporary music word, so it's going to make a little more sense to check out some contemporary music to understand the meaning. This is Stromae's Alors on danse, or Then We Dance. Now, underpinning the majority of the song, you have this. The song is constructed in such a way that these instrumental lines work together, while the voice has this independent line happening over the top. Now, this loop is what we would call the song's beat. Let's skip over to XXXTentacion. This is Everybody Dies in Their Nightmares.
Only time I feel pain when I'm feeling love. That's why I said it on my face that I'm down on. Only time you come on my mind when I'm all alone. That's why I'm never really alone in the nighttime.
The underlay for this entire song is this 4-bar section. Just like before, that's on constant repeat while the rap sits on top. Now, yeah, there are vocals in it, but because these background vocals are almost working as instrumentals, they're woven together into that whole loop and working as one. That, in this particular track, is part of the beat. Now, to make it just a little bit more confusing, this meaning of beat can have two very similar meanings. The first one refers to just the lowest instrumentals of the track, like your sub, your bass, and your percussion. The second meaning refers to the entire instrumental track, so everything except for the lead vocals. This is what beat makers do. They create instrumental tracks like this, ready for the vocals and whatever else to come and sit on top. If you type in beats on YouTube, you'll find a huge range of ready-made tracks by producers just waiting to be finished off with vocals. Now let's bring the three concepts together. Swing back to Stromae for a second. His beat has several parts to it. So from the ground up, we have the percussion.
Un boom et un clap.
Now this is his super regular boom, ka, boom, ka. This is hitting perfectly on the beat. So throughout the entire song, he's already got 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what he refers to as his bass comes next with a super syncopated rhythm. Then he has a synth over the top of that with its very own rhythm. And finally sax, because everything needs sax. Each of these instruments has their own individual rhythm. They're all hitting at different times, yet all laid up and coming together, they work to form a beat. This meaning of beat has definite similarities to the first meaning. It's regular, it's keeping the song in time, and it's the underlying pulse for the lead vocalist. So, is it such a big deal if you mix up the words and the meanings? Like, what's the importance of all this anyway? When you understand an aspect of music, plus have the words to explain it, you become more aware of its existence, and you start to hear it more often when you begin to listen. And that's a seriously useful skill, whether you're in music, whether you're in dance, whether you want to teach, whether you just love to listen. That just makes music richer. And I mean, who wouldn't want that? Hit me up in the comments if you have questions or comments or whatever, I don't care. And I'm done, so we're gonna fade out with the beats.